Hi everybody, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. In our class today, we're going to be focusing on our torso with two particular postures, spinal balance and thread the needle. Let's get started. We'll begin our practice in seated, just so we can get into our breath, get centered, get focused, before we get into our moving practice. You might start with a few deep breaths, a nice full inhale, really feel that expansion in your lungs, and exhale to completion. Good, again, breathing in, and exhale. Just continue breathing in and out. You can do this with your eyes opened, and if they are open, just soften your eyelids, maybe gazing down at the ground, or you can just simply close your eyes. Just a moment of meditation. While seated in stillness, this is also a good opportunity to set your personal intention. What you would like to gain from your practice, what you would like to experience or feel. Maybe you're working on something in particular outside of the yoga studio or off the mat. And maybe this is a good place to bring clarity, find some answers. You can do that with your yoga practice. Continue with your breathing in and out. So our practice is going to focus on our torso, a little bit of core strengthening in a way, spinal balance, and thread the needle. Let's add a very simple movement to our breathing practice. When you're ready, inhale, extend your arms out and up, big stretch, and exhale, extend your arms out across the room and back down by your side. Let's do that again. Nice full breath in, reaching out and up. And exhale. Good extension, good effort, as if you're going to touch the walls on either side of you. Just continue to breathe and move at your own pace. And just notice how this feels in your body, aware of the sensations that show up in your body. The extension of the arms, perhaps active hands and fingers. Feel the shoulders in motion. As you reach up into the air, feel the lengthening through the sides of your body. Let's do something here. Let's add a gentle twist. Follow me. You're going to breathe in, reach up. On the exhale, a gentle turn to your right, and then bring the arms down. Maybe just plant the fingertips into the ground. Inhale, push into the ground with the fingers. Feel the torso extend. Exhale, draw belly button in as best as you can, just to hold yourself in place. It's a wonderful practice. It seems very simple, but we've added a gentle rotation, which will affect the obliques in a good way. I'm not over-rotating. And we're also getting this nice rotation through the spine. And lastly, we're engaging the core with that exhale, drawing belly button in towards spine to help hold us in place. Okay, let's go to the other side. Inhale, still facing the right side, reaching arms all the way up. Exhale, turn to center. And go ahead and bring the arms back down. Let's do that again, going to the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, mild rotation to the left. Exhale, arms come down, fingertip plant into the floor. Now you don't need to turn too far. Just a little turn of the torso. You might even feel this across the waistline. Keep pushing down in order to feel the torso extend, feel tall, creating all that good space along the spine since it is in a rotation. As you exhale, just gently pulling belly button in towards spine. We call that the abdominal lock, or Uddiyana Bandha. Here we go. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, unwind. And bring the arms back down to your side. Very good. We're going to come to our hands and knees. If you need some extra padding for your hands and knees, go ahead and use a blanket. This might be good because most of our postures are actually going to be on our hands and knees, our two featured poses today. So either double up on your mat or get a nice folded blanket. We put our knees at one end, hands at the other, wrists right underneath the shoulders here, knees underneath your hips. Cat and cow. Inhale, tip head up, looking forward, arching the back. Exhale, rounding it out. Feel the belly button pull up towards spine. Feel the broadening of the back, chin to chest. Inhale, tip the pelvis back. Feel your belly drop, heart opens, look forward. Exhale, round it out. Now just continue to breathe and move at your own pace. Notice this nice undulation of the spine. Our first movement, while seated, was a twist, a rotation. And now we're just moving the spine in a different fashion, just limbering it up. Getting some good mobility through the pelvis here too. We're going to take a little break, getting off the hands, but finish this one last breath. Inhale into cow, exhale, cat. Come back to neutral. We're going to give our wrists a little break here. So tuck your toes, walk your hands towards your knees, just so you can get the pressure off the hands. And just massage the wrists. I like to circle the hands here, even wiggle the fingers. And since our hands were in this force flexed position, you might want to tip them the other way. I like to do a gentle press into the blanket here or onto the mat. Not too hard, very gently. Let's move into our spinal balance. This is part of our core work. So come back out to hands and knees. Let's do one more cat-cow, starting with cow. That's an inhale. Exhale, rounding into cat. Now we're going to hold cat until we get into our posture. Now keep breathing, but just hold this position. So we're going to keep this nice core connection that we've established. Abdominal strengthening with the abdominal lock. Uddiyana Bandha. Each exhale, just keep feeling the belly button pull up towards spine. Perfectly fine that the back is rounded at this moment because this will start to extend. I'm going to lean over to my right knee and extend the left leg back, but keep the toes on the floor. Now put a little bit more weight into the left hand so I can free up the right hand and just kind of crawl it forward initially. Now hold here. We've already started to re-extend the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure you're engaging your core, drawing belly button up towards spine. We're already starting to establish the spinal balance. I'm just shifting forward a little bit more pressure in this left hand so I can pick up the left foot behind me. Flexing the foot, pushing through the heel or pointed toes, just something active. Then picking up the right hand, reaching forward. My gaze is directly down, so I'm looking up. Nice long neck. You might feel a little wobble. This is the balance. Reaching with good energy through this right hand and left foot. Each exhale, pulling belly button towards spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return to the earth with the right hand, left knee. Walk your hands towards the knees, tuck your toes, so we can take a little break. Very good. So what's spinal balance? So we've got these opposite limbs extending to create the balance. You may even have felt a little wobbling in the body. We keep that connection and centered and stillness by extending fully, reaching, and engaging the core. Let's do the other side. Same setup, hands and knees, good alignment. Start with cow, inhale. Exhale, cat. Hold cat. Keep breathing. When you inhale, you might even feel the broadening of your back. Exhale, pull belly button up towards spine. Establish the connection, your core strength. Shifting weight now into the left knee so I can free up the right leg and extend the right leg back, keeping the toes on the ground. Shifting weight over to right hand so I can crawl the left hand forward here, just setting up our balance. We're starting to extend the spine. Inhale. Exhale, engage core. I'm shifting forward slightly. There is a bit more pressure in the right hand. Picking up the right foot, keeping it very active. You're going to feel your glutes engaged. That's a wonderful thing. And then picking up left hand, extending forward. Again, your gaze is directly down. If you feel like you're wobbling here, just energize the body. Keep reaching through this left hand. Keep reaching through this right leg and foot. If you feel like your back is bowing here, feel like you're rounding your back. Feel belly button pull up towards spine. Good core conditioning in the spinal balance pose. Let's inhale, reach more. Exhale, let's return to the ground. Hand and knee, tuck toes, walk your hands away so we can relieve the wrists. Good job. Alrighty, so our next pose is thread the needle. We're going to be on our hands and knees. I have a certain way I like to set it up to help us feel supported in the body. It's actually another rotation, just like we did in that seated position. Alrighty, let's come back out to hands and knees. Right about here, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's start by stepping the left hand forward just a little bit, and then left hand off to the left edge of your mat. You're going to turn your left hand inward. Imagine it was a dial, and your middle finger is the hand on a clock, let's say. And you're turning it inward so it's pointing perhaps to the 1 on a clock. Shifting the weight into that left hand so I can free my right hand and extend the right arm out to the side. You can even kind of twist open a little bit. And then thread the needle so the right arm will come underneath or behind this left arm. Bend the left elbow. It should come to about 90 degrees. If you're able, come all the way down to the floor, the shoulder on the floor. If you can't quite make it, you can just stay here on elbow. But if you can, come all the way down. And that's the little twist that we're creating in the torso. And we're going to keep this nice right angle, pushing the hand into the floor, because that's going to be our way out of the pose. But for now, just reaching with this right arm, and just notice the sensations. In our torso, we've got a twist. You want to feel like your hips are being lifted up and even drawn back towards the back edge of your mat. Also experiencing a bit of acupressure. This right arm and shoulder on the ground. That feels good. And a little stretch in the upper back. One more breath. To get out of the pose, we're pressing the left hand into the floor. We have good leverage so we can lift and unwind. Just going to reposition this left hand for a moment so I can re-extend the right arm out and even rotate that direction, just opening and exhale. Bring the hands back to center. If you need a little pause to relax the wrists again, especially that left wrist, that's fine. We'll do the other side. Let's step the right hand forward slightly, then off to the right side. Let's turn that right palm in so the middle finger is pointing towards maybe the 11 or the 10 on a clock. Lean into that right hand. So we can free up the left and extend the left arm out to the side. And then we take the twist. You want to exhale here. Either just land here on the elbow. This could be a nice mild rotation for the torso. Or go all the way down if you're able. Adjusting this planted right hand. Make sure you have a nice right angle. Again, that's going to help you get out of the pose. Hips are lifting up. Feel like they're being drawn back. Some pressure on the shoulder.
because we're kind of putting some weight on it as it reaches. So you might feel a stretch in the upper back on that left side, even around that shoulder. And of course, our torso is in a rotation. Good conditioning for our obliques, even just the subtle small muscles in the torso. Think about your ribs here too. 2 more breaths. To come out of the pose, using this right hand, got good lever so I can push and lift, unthread, and then place this right hand, and then extend the left arm out to the side, and then back down. Let's just stay here for a moment, finishing with cat-cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. So just mimicking what we did a little bit earlier in the practice. We did start with a seated twist, getting the spine to rotate in that direction along that axis, and then we did cat-cow, just like this. Then having done our thread the needle, which is another rotation, we now come back to cat-cow. Finish this breath, take 1 more. And when you're complete, just come back to neutral, hold in stillness for a second. Let's just sit back to get off the hands, do any reconditioning for the wrists and fingers. Let's return to a seated position. And we'll finish our practice here. Sitting up nice and tall, nice lengthened spine. Maybe a little roll of the shoulders. Feel your breath. Notice how you feel. And one last movement to complete the practice. Inhale, extend your arms out and up. On your exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Taking one more full and complete breath here on your own. And as we come to the close of this portion of our journey together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.